Hello, I'm here. I'm here. Sorry. Oh, goodness me. Thank you for waiting for me. I can see you've all had a little bit of a chat with one another, so that's nice. Um, but yeah, I've got a poorly dad at the moment, and so I did have to take him to the doctor appointment, which wasn't until like 10 minutes before I was supposed to be here. And you know what it's like, but all is well. So, yes, here we go for a bit of indulgence after all that. Indulgence for me, to be honest with you, but hopefully you will like it as well. I'm going to be using all of my own dyes here, but with the possibility of just using one different sentiment. So I have got a little bit of a selection here. I've got the curly frames, so they came out at the weekend. I've got the Marvelous Marguerites, which are very, very pretty. I've also got the Large Daisy, which we've had for a while now, and the Large Leaf. Now, I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to use absolutely all of them, but that is the theory. I have also got a bit of a change of colours, and I've got some moss green. Couldn't think what colour it was called. Moss green. I've got some hammered white, and I've also got some matte-tastic, as they call it, in lilac for a bit of a change. So it's a nice little gentle mauve. And I'm using an ink called Lulu Lavender, which is a Memento dye ink. Okay. Well, I say I am. I might not. You know, I might not. But that is the theory. Okay. So I'm going to do a very similar project that we did at the weekend, but I wanted to do more of the flowers. I wanted to really get into the flowers. And so I'm going to work with a 7x7 card blank. So that's the first bit. And pop that to one side. Now, what I'm thinking of is, I can't quite decide actually. You'll have to help me with this one. So I'm either going to have, just put it there, a background which is going to be the lilac and then the white, and then the lilac and white frame, or I also would have leaves and everything, or a green outline, then my lilac frame, and then of course I've got the green leaf. Now what do we think? What do we think? Oh, do you know, I can hardly see. The sun is coming in my room here. So what do we think? Lilac and white? Okay, I'm going to wait for you to keep thinking. Yeah. Lilac and white. Oh, okay then. Lilac and white, is it? Oh, Helen says green. I was thinking green. Lilac and white. Okay then, lilac and white. That be it. You and me, Helen. We'll have another go later when we're going for the green, but we'll see, shall we? We'll see. Oh, Fiona says green as well. Oh, it's 50-50, isn't that? 50-50. Let's go for the majority. I think slightly wins. Okay, so I'm going to cut out my, let's pop this to one side. So not as quite as organized as I should have been, because having to go at the last minute. But there you go. We should think ourselves lucky that we've got very good doctors here. You know, phoned up this morning and seen today. So you can't say fairer than that, can you? So I'm going to do a 16.5 centimetre in lilac. 16.5 in lilac. Then I'm going to do the white at 16. So that's just 0.5 centimetre smaller all the way around. So that's going to go together nicely like that, with a little bit of lilac showing at the background, and onto my card base like that. Is that acceptable to everybody? Then I'm going to cut my frame out. So let's just see if I've got enough room on these bits of. So I'm going to do my background. My biggest one is going to be out of the lilac. I have a feeling that that won't fit, but that's okay. I can use that for the flowers in a minute. But it will fit beautifully onto another piece. So this is the biggest, the outer piece. There's still a few of these left in this batch before the next lot come. So if you want yours very quickly, I suggest you go and grab those. I'm assuming you can all hear me all right. Yeah. Oh, that didn't want to stick, did it? Okay, so let's run that one through. And then maybe, is that one fitting? Yeah, just about. Just about. Ooh. I told you, you know, that was the most difficult part, wasn't it? Is choosing which colour. So that's my lilac background, which is rather lovely. So this is the inner one, and this is going to be cut out from the other piece of the hammered white. Oops. Wanted to keep moving. So I'm then going to cut out some of my flowers. And I think they're going to have to be, let's just think. So there's my frame, there's my curly frame, which I think is rather lovely. So let's put that together so we know that that's all done. So simply put some glue on the back of there and then pop that onto your frame. Turn that over. Now I'm not going to put that down onto my card blank at the moment. Just want to give it a good chance just to grab. I'm just going to do that one as well. Whoops, whilst I think of it. So there we go. That goes straight onto there, giving us a little bit of a border. And as always, we've got a little bit of a finish to that card. So I'm just being a bit careful that I don't go moving it too overzealously, so that we've got our chance for it to grab. So that's our card base. Our frame's going to go on there like that. So very, very similar to how we had it at the weekends. Now, what I'm thinking is, I'm thinking that I'm going to take some of my lilac and I'm going to cut out some Marvelous Marguerites with it. And I'm also going to cut out the centres of my large daisies. I think that that is required as well. Give it a go. Let's bring this over here. So you may have seen some photographs over on the Facebook group now of people that came to the workshop on Saturday. And as we said, they had an exclusive die, and their challenge was to have a go at using that die, but without the cupcakes. The cupcakes were the die that came with it, with our kit. And there's some lovely Christmas ones. We shouldn't really be talking about Christmas just yet, but we do, don't we? So yeah, lots of things coming up there as well. So now let's just take these out. So that's one plate which cuts out all of those at the same time. So we just pick those out, and then the centerpieces for my daisy. I've had a bit of a clean up in here. not least for the fact that I'm looking for a machine. Does that sound daft? I have lost a machine. Now, you might lose a piece of paper. Most people would lose a piece of paper or a die. You know, that sort of thing. What do I lose? A machine. I know, you couldn't write it, could you, really? You really couldn't. I'm going to take my daisies, 3 daisies, and just for easiness, oops. Oops. I'm going to be very unfrugal and pop them in a line at least, and just cut them out from another piece of white hammered. To be fair, I have got enough lying about that I could do it. And then finally, I'm going to take my large leaf and I'm going to cut that out from the moss green. And again, may or may not use all of it. Who knows? Who knows? So let's just bring in my daisies. It's nice to get all of the elements together and then decide quite how you want to put it all together, really. Ought to be good and do it in some of the other holes rather than just pull it out, hadn't I? That's that. And then going onto there. I'm debating on that, whether to cut out some more. So no, let's cut out one leaf because I won't need any more than one leaf. I'm not quite sure about that. Not quite sure whether to cut out another set of daisies. What do you reckon? Oh. Do you know, I've got the computer right in front of my sort of eye line for the sun and I can't see what you're saying. Oh, is Sam around? I didn't realise Sam was there. Hi, Sam. Hope you're doing okay. Do I cut another set of flowers out, folks? Yeah. I do. I do because I can. Just going to do another set of the daisies. So whether I use them again, I'm not 100% sure. But I will just cut them out. And then, oh, got one more thing. One more thing I want to get a sentiment. Now, the sentiment I'm going to use today is actually part of the card kit, which we will be launching on Sunday, this Sunday. So there's people that are on the subscribers list have until midnight tonight just to say if they do or do not want their kit this month. So any of you that thought that they should be expecting an email, do check in your junk mails and things like that, because the emails have been sent out, but do have a check. You know what it's like. How dare they put me in the junk mail? I don't know. But this can happen, can't it, eh? And I'll show you. So we're going to do the launch obviously on Sunday, but a little sneak peek. A little sneak peek. Let's put all of these things back. And just cut out this one. Right, last thing to cut out then. Then we get to make our card with all the lovely flowers. I'll bring that down there, I think. Don't want it to be too massive. So let me poke all these bits out here. Seems to be loads. Didn't cut this one out very well. Birthdays are the best days, is the sentiment. But I didn't cut it out very well. You know what I say? Do as I say, not as I do. Before you remove your die, do check that everything is cut through properly, and then it will save you all the hassle of having to tease it all out. However, I will show you what happens if you don't do that. So this one is a creative expressions die, and that is part of the card kit. So there is another die as well, which I won't show you. I will show you on Sunday, but that is really, really lovely, and one of mine. So looking forward to showing you all that on Sunday at, I nearly said at 11, at 6 o'clock, usual time, failing all issues here. My sister's coming to the rescue on Sunday, so she can have her little share, can't she, on Sunday? That'd be nice. So right, let's just pop those last bits in. Okay, so now I've got all the little bits everywhere. Let's do the bits that I like. Let's just take them out of the way. So let's just see how we want to put it. So the frame is there. My large leaf is going to go down there. Don't want to have that stem. It's going to go more like that. I'm going to put my sentiment up in that corner there. I'm then going to do my daisies, and let's match them up. So one daisy, do you know, I haven't cut them all out. I don't even know if one daisy is okay. Might be, might not. Don't know. One daisy plus a centre, and then some little marguerites around the edge. What do you reckon? I think that would look quite nice, don't you? Yeah. So let's give it a go. Let me pop this together first. I'm just going to put my flower together. So these are both the same size, and they are both the largest of the largest daisies. So I'm just moulding that a second or two just to give that a bit of movement. Then I'm going to put a bit of glue in the centre of one of them, and then put my other one in and offset it so that we've got a really full flower. Hopefully you can see what I mean there. Whoops, and then I twisted it a bit. Then I'm going to take my largest centre, which we cut out of the lilac, and I'm going to pop that into the centre again. Like that. And then my little marguerites, I'm going to pop these onto here, and I'm very tempted to put a little marguerite in the centre as well. Why not? It is Wednesday after all. Don't ask what difference that makes. I think it probably helps with the continuity of it, doesn't it? So that's going to take chance to hold, but you can see now that that is really pretty. I like that. Push a few more of these on. I'll put them to one side for a minute because I'm not quite sure how many we will need. So I will now put my frame on with a bit of tape. And as we said on Sunday, if you're with us with these, that you can't put it all the way around, no straight edge as such, but you can put it into some of the areas. If you had smaller pads, it might be easier, but this breaks so nicely, so it's fine. But the strength of putting the two frames together, which of course you could use individually, but putting the two frames together just helps with that secureness. No, well, it's not going to bend. It ain't bending, it ain't going nowhere. So works quite nicely. So as we said, all images can go on anything like this, but this one is just with the flowers, which is what I wanted to do to show you. Just put my frame, so I'm going to put that in the middle. If you had a really big card, it would look nice that way, wouldn't it? Anyway, we haven't, so there's that. Now I'm going to secure my large leaf down the bottom here, and I'm going to just really be putting glue on these middle bits here to make sure that it stays. Most of it, I mean, although it is a large leaf on its own, it is really, for me, I use it more as the foliage side of things, just a background, rather than putting lots of leaves in. Which way around have I got it? Yeah. I just find that that's the easiest way to use it, so that you've got all of the leaves like that. So then my large daisy can go at the centre, and what I'm thinking is then putting some of my little ones amongst it. I think that looked nice. So I'm going to use that and pop a bit of silicone glue. Obviously that's my favourite, but you might prefer something else. So I'm going to put that in the middle, and then I'm going to put some gems in here first, so that I'm not chasing it around. So a little dab of glue into the centre. Should have done it in there first as well. And then little medium size, whoops, gem into there. Into there. And into there, like that, and one in there. We need a bit larger, I think, don't you? Yeah. I told you I was indulging myself. Hope you haven't nodded off. And I do appreciate you waiting for me, because I did think, oh dear. It would. When you get a doctor's appointment, you want one, and it never quite fits in, does it? So I'm not putting them in particular anywhere, and I don't want to go too mad by having too many. So I've just chosen 3 that I think fit in quite nicely there. Yeah. And then I'm just going to put my sentiment on. So as I said, the sentiment you will get to see, but not until Sunday, because it is part of the card kit. So you do get the sentiment as well as another die completely. Whoops. So just going to pop a little bit of glue on here. I really like these swirly sentiments, and I liked the fact that this one is sort of quite a large space it takes up, but in a corner. Does that make sense? Sort of makes sense. I could obviously spray glue this, but now I've got my gun up and running again, it's fine to use it with this. I'm trying to get it on as many places as I can, just a little dot. Turn that over, and then just slot that into that space there. See what I mean about the fact that it takes up quite a lot of room, which is quite nice. So there you have it. So we had our butterfly with our version on Sunday. Let's take this out of the way. But now we've gone for large daisy, which is one of my favourites. And then also I did with the spray. So let's bring it in. Do you remember I had the leaf duo, which I think we might have sold out for at the moment, but I will be getting some more back in again. And that's lovely. It's really delicate and perfect for the little marguerite flowers on their own. But I think that when you've got a large flower, these bits of greenery look really much better if you've got large greenery and then a large flower. But those little ones just make up for it as well, don't they? Do you know what? I'm really tempted. Now we are verging on does she know when to stop now? But I was really tempted. I'm gonna just do that one with my fingers to do 3 little ones up there. Was that a bit silly? What do we think? 3 little flowers or not? No. Lovely as it is. No. Oh, okay. I got it then. All right. I don't want to upset anyone. I won't use it. All right. No. Cynthia, I think, yes, as well. But clearly everybody else doesn't. So there you go. So there is today's little one for you. I do thank you very much for holding on for me and for waiting, because I did say in the Facebook page, but I know that's not everywhere, that I was going to be a bit late. So thank you for holding on and waiting for me. I hope you like the card. As I said, indulge myself by using the lilac for a change. So just to remind you, I had the Matte-tastic lilac card, which you more or less chose, and that went with the white hammered card. I've used the large daisy, the large leaf, the marvelous marguerite plate, which I've also added one to the center of my large daisy, but the die behind it is from the large daisy as well. And then coming up, we have the sentiment, which is birthdays are the best days. And that is part of the kit coming, card kit coming on Sunday. So, as I said, thank you so much. I look forward to seeing you again on Sunday. Take care till then. And thank you very much for joining me. Oh, don't forget, thumbs up down here somewhere. And hopefully we'll see some different versions similar to this, but with different colours when you get all the bits and pieces have all been sent off. So hopefully, I do notice that the post is a little bit longer because of the bank holiday. So bear with that, but it should be with you very, very soon. Okay then. Thank you so much. Glad you loved it. Take care then. Bye.